let's do the usual sound test that I do whenever I start these streams. Alright, it's running, perfect. Let me just now lower the volume. Okay, continue. Alright, so now, where do we leave off? Oh yeah, now we gotta... Just imagine right now, behind those doors, a police drama in action. So how the thought feels to excite me. Alright, let's go to the parking lot now that we had the leather. February 22, Prosecutor's Office underground parking lot. Looks like the investigation's still going on. I have to be getting back to the shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck in this pit till the sun sleep. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, still here. Hello. Well, the surprise look didn't I mention. I got a boyfriend in the criminal affairs too. What happened to the security guard? Can a woman have multiple boyfriends? Hey, what's wrong, Bambina? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herb. Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. Now we gotta give him the letter that Gunshoe gave us. So that he finally lets us snoop around. Would you mind reading this for me? What is this? I want your fan letters to me. Go right in the speed tool. It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gunshoe. May we investigate? Gunshoe, oh, that old cow dog. He's holding a birthday party or something? Looks like where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries, his proof is from Detective Gunshoe, better than a blood test. I guess I better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right, he's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime scene supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks, the clues are calling. Welcome to our ghost drive. Be like the settlers, strike out for the lands unknown. Manifest destiny, just have a hootie nanny. Note to self, police investigations are like settling land. Oh my god. Well, Mr. Wright, what are you saying? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Detective Gunshoe's letter of introduction crumbled and discarded. The victim. Officer Marshall, could you tell us about the victim? Let me just Irish up my blood a bit. Good men always die young, remember that, partner. Is that a death threat you're giving me, partner? Could you be a bit more specific? Well, Bruce Goodman, he was a detective, right? Well, and you're a feisty doggy there now. Well, he called a woman a doggy, so... Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. The smiling Madonna told me the tale. And I think he missed the witness, Mrs. Angel Star. One stab to the chest, a fine piece of work. And then there's the autopsy report. And Goodman's autopsy about it to a record. That's due to blood loss. One nice one. Died within an hour and a half. At 4 p.m. So, wait, but that woman could have called for help. Because it took him an hour to drop dead. That's more than enough time for somebody to save the poor bastard. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention, Bambina. Police prosecutor Ski and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back, so there's no motive. Goodman wasn't particularly gifted detective, and that's one reason why he didn't do much work with a chief prosecutor prospector. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot. So it seems like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at a high noon. I don't mean any offense, but Officer Marshall, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective. You're calling me out. They shoot you for that in Texas. If you say so. I even doubt if you are from Texas. Huh? I was one of the fancy shoe detectives 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. So then he had a psychotic breakdown, monk style. So then now he's not allowed to be a detective officially. Alright, now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now, so how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So why are you in charge? No reason, we're just short on hands right now, and I'm keeping an eye on the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gasha was saying he had nothing to do, nothing important at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow that can't find his tail. Maybe it's because he runs with Edgeworth, eh? Edgeworth. That cow being kicked out of his cattle run by order of the chief of police. He just don't realize it yet. Detective Ganshon kicked out of the investigation. Alright, let's look around for stuff. Oh, look at that, this must mean something. I'm not sure the doors mean something. Oh no, it won't open, a mysterious lock. I tried to see what's mysterious about it. You need to learn to enjoy life more. Let's finish our investigation first, shall we? I hear a phone. I don't touch stuff we don't need to be touching. I can't hear anything. My ears, not my ears. Maybe it's due to the pyrometer. What is she babbling about? Hey, what do you say? See, you can hear you fine. The phone is just broken. This well is in our way. It's got a faucet for water. Wait, I know. This well is merely a facade hiding the truth. This is no well, but a water tank. I fail to see how it makes any difference either way. Oh, look, I found a little something. Looks like a cell phone. Scientific analysis suggests it belongs to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could belong to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yeah, let's check it out. Right, let's check it out. Okay. Okay. This phone is still on the readout screen. Readout. Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all of the calls you made and received. You must press the blue button on display to call the last number. Convenient, isn't it? I'm surprised you didn't know about it. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like readout. Oh my god. Look at that phone. It's a dinosaur. Ha. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Whatever. Let's check out this phone out. Now let's see who the owner of the phone last call. Notice how a defense attorney doesn't think first. He just pushes a button. Beep. Hey, that song, another. Sounds like a Legend of Zelda thing. Hey, what's going on over here? Beep. Oh, sorry. I see you, partner. You pressed readout on the phone, didn't you? Yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It was on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor's key. What? It's my sister's. She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right before the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. It says she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea, sorry partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I hear a phone ring just now in one of those new fandango ringtones. Oh, that, sorry, that was my phone. Wait, what? Your phone?
The last person she called was him.
Yeah. It's kind of strange, but someone called me right as I picked up the other phone, a wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They'll shoot you for that in Texas, partner. Stop making up things about Texas. Oh, I incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. So far, added to court record. Let's keep snooping around. What's this? Looks like a note of some sort. 675-12-2. Looks something's written on it. You're right, let's see. 678-12-2. It's like a case file. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe he fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so why does this mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Not to so, the deductive reasoning go to Edgewood, not Wright. I'm sure Edgewood wouldn't know what this means either. Goodman's note, victim's memo found in the car trunk. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock on the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot at the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Quite a luxurious car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutor gets the big bucks. Big block is through here, and that's for the visitors part. I can see the lunch line card over there far in the distance. Hey, you're right. I like the cute design in the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching down on a juicy looking steak. Doesn't that strike you a little creepy? Oh, it's a cow eating a steak. Cannibal, cannibalism. Oh, wow, that's a terrible joke. Just don't think too deeply about it and you'll be fine. No close here. And a block A. This is areas reserved for prosecutor. The defense attorney are relegated to block B. I deposit there when I will be able to park my car here. And I'll go over to block B and buy a hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. I'm not planning on giving my job up that soon. Let's just think we're done. Looking at nonsense. So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister. That's correct, but there's a gold mine of evidence against her. And the prospector tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister faces decided Bambina. My many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were. Is there something between this couple and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's the dry wind that's blowing through the Prosper's office. Or maybe it's the moonshine I keep chugging between his sentences. Dry wind or ill will, there's someone's up to something here, but who? Yeah, I can see why he's no longer a detective, cause like, he had a major psychotic breakdown. And now he wants to, and now he be a cowboy. Monk style, all office atmosphere. Suspicions about Mr. Edward have been flying around for nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence, arranged testimony, you mean? He was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. unbeatable that is until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? They are the prosecutors were talking about. Evidence is everything to them. If you follow the rumors about Edgewood to their source, you can find one person. But they are limit, untouchable, you might say. One person who, hate to say this, but it's your sister Bambina. She's Prosecutor Lana Ski. What? My sister? Edgewood couldn't rustle all of those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, and some people load them with deals. Why you're saying Edgewood was making deals to win trials? Where there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets, and that's what the old timers say. And there's a big old secret hidden around here somewhere, and everyone knows it. Is that what Detective Gunshot was taking as a case? Did they target him because he was close to Edgewood? So how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we got some clues. And we have an autopsy report and a note from the victim and a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She said she didn't. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, and by the way, Emma. Yes? I know the sound your phone plays when it rings. What? It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? That popular TV show for kids. The phone that rang earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. At 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Property of Lana Ski, last call made to her sister at 5:18 on the day of the murder. A detective is murdered and the suspect is on the top prosecutors in district. And I got a bad feeling about this. Like maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. To be continued. Let's continue. Alright, let's save up to this point. February 23, 9:34 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me no matter what the outcome. I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Oh, Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? A defense attorney should never believe their client. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. Miss Kidd, you remind me a lot of Mia. But there's one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first job without a fate helping me. No one's going to bail me out this time. Well, I guess you don't. I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Let's do this, Mr. Wright, and I'll be with you. February 23, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 9. Court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Ski. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Your prosecutor has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that President Phoenix will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. I will choose the path I think is right regardless of those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands and not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Ashworth, your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Anaski has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. However, she will now pay for her rashness with her life. And there was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well, then call your first witness, Mr. Ashworth. The prosecutor calls his first witness, Miss Angel Starr, to the stand. The Kappa Queen. Haven't I seen you somewhere? You ordered the caviar lunch, right? A whole caviar. I never eaten caviar before. Really? Then how little do you make, Mr. Judge? I mean, like, seriously. The judge is really wolfing it down. And now for you, I'll have the Fiesta Bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her their profession? And you, sir. Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? So this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty, it hurts. And I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca, whatever that is. What the hell does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me, the name is Angel Starr, don't forget it. I find myself running a lunch line these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Ashworth? Very well, witness, please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait and not finish eating. Hurry it up. Yum, 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 yum. Very well, Mr. Ashworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Ashworth has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Starr was a special investigator with the police. She was a first-rate homicide detective, but then she had a monk collapse, and so now she sells lunches. What? Miss Starr was a detective? Oh, I know who you are. Cough up. Kappa Queen Angel Starr, Your Honor. Long time no see. Very well, you may continue with the description, Miss Starr. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block A is for the prosecutor's office personnel, and block B is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up the prosecutor's spaces, yes? The crime took place by the car back in Block A, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with his knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness and an arrest was made on the spot. What's funny? He'll tell me later. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. Parking lot floor plans added to the courtroom records. Witness, did you see the very moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can agree on principle, Your Honor. It seems that some poor losers are unwilling to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your words, Miss Starr. Wait, are they talking about me? Witness testimony. Somehow, I always knew a day like this would come. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wireframes, I saw the chief prosecutor standing next to the garage car. And the chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. And then she thrust the pointed tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. She stabbed him with the pointy, and she did. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching. As you can see, there's no room for doubt. The key point of your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be so utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. Well, the guy took an hour to drop dead, so maybe instead of like watching, you should have called the doctor. Maybe she just likes to watch people bleed out. It is merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Very well. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. I remember, like, I had worse. Like, why didn't the witness who saw the immediate time of death call, like, the cops for help? I mean, like, the guy took an hour to, like, drop dead. That's more than enough time for, like, help to be made and for him to get a new stomach or something. Whatever. Moving along. Very well, Mr. Ryan, you may cross-examine the witness. So, I always knew this day would come. Yeah, that is very weird. And how do you know? And if you did, why didn't you do anything to stop it, you lunatic? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence of the crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The landlady's uniform opinion is duly noted, given that they're used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim. Clearly enough, a detective that knew too much is merely an extension of that. Miss Starr, do you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by the prosecutors over there, I'll still be one. Laid off? She was fired. To me, prosecutors are nothing more than worms. That said, I am a pro. As you know, my testimony is unbiased and flawless. What do you mean it's unbiased? You just said that you hate prosecutors. How can you be unbiased if, like, the criminal is a prosecutor? Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. Let's hold it. Whatever, moving along. I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend. The boyfriend, he's a detective. Not that boyfriend, the security guard. That boyfriend, you have several? Yes, this boyfriend, that boyfriend, and the other boyfriend. And that's 3 in total. Good for her. Care to join? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunches, thanks. Is your loss? Now to thought, the judge had to think before replying. Well, maybe he's married and his wife is like nearby watching, and if he says yes, he'll have to fear for his life. He'll be the next victim. The security guard is in the lot in Block A. It is at the second floor level, so you can see everything from up there. That will be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lock boxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I park in Block B. So she was in blood being when she witnessed a crime. When I said something, perhaps it was a finely honed detective's intuition. Let's just continue. Yeah, whatever. Through the wire face, I saw that she's prosecutor standing next to the garage car. Oh, yeah. Let's elaborate on that. By the garage car, you mean Mr. Edwards' car, yes? Mr. Edgeworth. Incidentally, the knife which the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's, wasn't it? Indeed it was. And what a odd case this is. And the person you saw, you are sure it was the defendant? I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. That's far away. Like the Gambini defense would be like, so you saw through a wire fence, like somebody getting stabbed through like, but it happened like in front of a car and like, that's far away, man. I was certain it was her. That's debatable. If she's telling the truth, we're dumb. Let's just do what we can, even if we don't have any proof, we can always nitpick. Alright, we should nitpick. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms, ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, rookie. Huh, rookie? Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter, crispy on the outside and chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. I believe I heard that tagline elsewhere, and you could cry plagiarism. I may be relegated to lowly post of a lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. A photograph. You took this. The moment the witness had witnessed the crime, my researchers took over and snap, I took a picture. I smell setup. In fact, one of my last ones is rigged with a camera. I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging them around your neck. Witness, why am I only just seeing this photograph now? You think I'll show it to you? A prosecutor think again. My brother works in the photography division at Criminal Affairs. Well, this most certainly the defendant. The crime photo added to the court record. Oh, that is a mistakenly Lana's key. So what was the defendant doing at the time? The chief prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Alright, let me... Yeah, but in the photo she's just looking at the... She's just looking at the car. And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Kid stab the victim with a knife. I already said yes. I saw it on my finest salmon swirly lunch. I'm sure that it's a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is a photograph you took at the very moment of the crime, is it not? Then why is Miss Kid not holding a knife? And also gloves. How did her... She's also wearing gloves. How did her fingerprints get on the knife? It's weird. Mr. Ashworth, your thoughts. Objection. That had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. Yet it was stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Wright. What do you mean, Mr. Ashworth? This photograph was not taken the moment before the stabbing. This was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat. But it's a black and white photograph. Yes, it's hard to tell, but this could be blood. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. Well, yeah. You're not going to send someone to jail because something could be blood. Well, worse things have happened. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you going to just sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? No problem. Now that you mention it, I see no problem here. Other than myself. Mr. Wright, you can't just let him walk over you. That's just sad. Feeling sad, Mr. Wright? Perhaps a bitter first love lunchbox is in order. Well, that was a waste of time. Let's continue with the testimony. Perhaps I should have dug a little deeper. Somehow I knew this day would come. So I'm going to deliver the lunchbox. When I said something was my final home detective. To the Wi-Fi, I saw the cheese next to the guy. Oh, I think I was supposed to like object that time. Let's just try this one more time. And your witnesses, huh? And I swear, yes, on my finest salmon sword lunch. I'm sure that it's a fine lunch, but isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This photograph you took at the very one. So we just skip past this after the stabbing, and now this time we do objection. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Mr. Wright, are you just going to sit there and take that kind of abuse? You got a better idea? Objection. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed a crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. That's it. If you run out of lunch, you'll order seconds, problem solved. And if you don't like it, try ordering the jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. I didn't have time to stop her. The prosecutor's here was cold calculating like a real bet. She killed without pain or remorse. It was a premeditated murder. Premeditated, how do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in that photograph. Well, those are gloves. Surgical gloves, made of thin rubber most likely. Why would she have those on? If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Oh! This gloves does seem to tell a tale of premeditation, premeditated murder, serious offense. I can't present anything yet. Witness, add this to your testimony. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell lunchboxes for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. What's with this case? The bloody murder weapon, a red car, all belong to the prosecutor there. The defendant is the chief of police for the district, right? Mommy, are prosecutors bad people? The defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you stated that Lansky planned this murder, and that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. The gloves would indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing, the murder weapon? Oh. This knife just happened to be in the trunk of the car. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Ah. Order. Great, now the tide is turning in my favor. Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's good as free. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. That's a weird flex, but I'll accept it. What? I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But these shoes are holding the whole premeditated story. Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is a lunch lady over there. The defense attorney Lansky murdered a detective with a knife. That is the only thing the prosecutor needs to prove, nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him, and it was planned. If it wasn't, what would she have been wearing? I believe I'll hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw and not what you thought. How dare you? My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. Really now. Angel's deduction. Lansky intended to murder the detective Goodman. That we still can't like press stuff, right? That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could drive that human machine to plunge a knife in again and again. Oh, there's a contradiction. Remember the autopsy said he only died from one stab wound. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. It does sound a lot like premeditation, doesn't it? So if I order a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? I don't know, you gotta run away from her delivery boys. In any case, the defense may cross-examine the witness. Alright, that's good. That's what she called the victim. I'm sure the police guy. Nothing else could drive the machines. Oh yeah, let's present the autopsy report. Though one knife would. You say she stabbed him again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my most surprise. I'm afraid the moss is growing under your feet as we wait, Miss Star. What do you mean? I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound. Aha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Ashworth. What a hunk, he's my hero, really. What about my objection? No one noticed. Well, witness, you got the crime scene set right? Thanks. I always believed that no one could ever mistake ketchup for blood, but now I realize that such mistakes are possible. So, you're saying you mistook something for blood? Well, she lifted her knife and I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splatter blood from her knife. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice. Well, then tell us what you saw really tell us what you saw that you thought was blood. Testify. What? Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene. That whole scene needs to me. Alright, let's her red and muffler. What's a muffler? Alright, let's okay, let's present crime photo. Miss Starr, I demand an explanation. The witness is clearly not suited for detectives work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or a muffler of any kind when she stabbed the victim. Yeah, but what the?
The objections for.
And you're proving it yourself with his photograph. But that can't be. Only a professional lost lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations, perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words, but good. In the end, Mr. Ashworth prevails. And what was my objection, chopped liver? But he was there, a scarf. No, not that, but something red, really. Well, now, where were we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness, you may continue. You saw the crime scene and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? The part where your sister stabs the victim. This next testimony might be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind a partition off to her side. And I quickly caught her and explained her rights to her and arrested her on the spot. Ah yes, when I arrested her, I mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. You're quite determined about this scarf, aren't you? I stride like a snake, bite like a cobra. That's my Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is a kind of snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Note to self, Mr. Rice is weak against poisonous snake bites. Well, I think everyone is weak to that. Unless if you're like part of that snake cult that regularly gets bit by snakes. Well, don't you remember that there's like a cult like that in the US? Like Family Guy made a reference to it, I forget. Or was it I forget. It was American Dad. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside and kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. Then why didn't she stab you as well in order to hide kill the witness as well, as is tradition among murderers? Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examination if you will. Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the partition up to her side. I quickly caught her and explained her rights to her. You say quickly, were you close to the suspect? As if I just said. I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. That's like a mile away. Maybe I should press her more for details. Press her. I like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. The launch car was... He was in the visitor that she parked in plot B. So you witnessed the murder from here. That will make it about 30 feet from the car, yes? Is that correct, Miss Starr? Yes, that's right. But there's a chain link fence between you. I went over it, of course. Amazing, the Kappa Queen lunch lady athlete indeed. It would have taken her a little time to climb the fence, so she wouldn't have gotten to my sister that fast. Yeah, the fence was about 9 feet high too. So how did Miss Kid not get away? How indeed? Yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. Okay, let's press her on that. She mentioned the muffler. What exactly did she say? If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, all I heard her was say the word muffler. And just one word. So what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but someone else. Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. On her phone, she can't mean. That's further. But by the phone, do you mean the cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately. My memory is like salmon heading upstream, you see. No, the court record doesn't see, Mrs. Starr. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall. That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order, so she used her cell phone. Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witness, witnessing. Good witness, witnessing. Whatever happened to good testifying? You should, of course, add this to your testimony. The thing I do to please this rookie defense attorney. Lana's cell phone updated in the court record. I saw how she tried the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell phone instead. And do you think you could restate your testimony for the court? I was going to ask the same thing. I only said one thing, so listen closely, rookies. The chief prosecutor stopped the painter and ran behind the partition. And she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled out her own cell phone out of her pocket. And during that time, you climb over the chain link fence. And then I boldly grabbed her arm. The chief prosecutor hung her phone. And you saw her doing this. What is it, Mr. Wright? The chief prosecutor made to a skateboard against Angel Star Resistance Refuser. Futile. Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony also marred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction in your testimony. How do you explain this? Huh? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it up all up. Let's look at the floor plans. You say you witnessed a crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't have possibly seen Miss Sky making a phone call at all. Oh yeah, because there's a wall there. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in Blood Big, you couldn't have seen it. What? Ah! Order, what is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch, she's coughing up lies. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Please explain. Please, perhaps you would allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie this witness has told to the court. Here's where the counterattack begins, and I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about what she saw, where she saw it, the order of events. The order of events. Oh, wait. I think I picked something wrong. It's the Sky used the emergency for before the murder. I see, I hadn't thought about it. That took the wind out of her sails. Mr. Wright, I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory, but why would anyone use the emergency phone number before the murder? Just when you think he can't think any lower, he amazes us. I applaud you, Mr. Wright. Whoops. You ordered the orange peel lunchbox, right? I guess it teaches me to not get excited before the evidence. One more try. I see in your eyes you haven't learned your lesson, have you? Tell us exactly what lie the witness has told the court. Here's a counterattack. Alright, let's try this one more time. The witness lied about where she saw it. Miss Sky tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless lie, I see. But say that the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location? Now that's pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me try tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness when she saw the crime? All the testimony were head up into this point in one direction. The place from where Miss Starr witnessed his crime was here. Oh yeah, because she was visiting her boyfriend and stuff. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard's room. Indeed, the security room is right under the parking lot. It's well positioned. It's built on the second floor so you can see the entire lot. So she would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness not being part of the prosecutors of a wooden park in Block A. The only place where she could have seen the crime and the back of the partition is here. I remember your testimony, you said. You brought out a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Starr, how many years have I been getting the better of men? To seeing that the tables could be turned. Today a man has got the better of Angel Starr. Other witness. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilt will be punished, and I'll do what I must to make justice prevail. The guilty, is she talking about Miss Sky? Mr. Wright, doesn't this strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Huh. She could have just said she saw the crime from a security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. This photograph tells that it was the defendant who stabbed the victim. That truth still stands. It still stands. I disagree, I swear. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't be stabbed without a good reason. So tell us, what's her reason, Mr. Wright? Me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Mr. Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied about that she saw it from Block B. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? Distance to the crime. It changes the distance between her and the crime scene. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but one look at this floor plan and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene and the crime is 30 feet. I don't see how that will change what she does see. What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it will take her to reach the scene of the crime. Miss Starr, you witnessed a crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Key? Well, witness, you... Yes? You're out of the squid wheels, right? The quality of my lunches has gone down from low to inedible. I was bringing out a BJ lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. And he wasn't in the station, so I waited. And I witnessed a cry from the glass wall station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked and I couldn't open it. So then she had to like run all the way across. So then that's a long way to run. That's why I had to go to the visitors parking lot in Block B. That's quite a detour. And it probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes. This changes it considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I had the photographic evidence. I swear it. I swear on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. And would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop him? Raise an objection. 5 minutes between the witness of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make pasta in that amount of time if you like it al dente. I got lunch boxes that type pasta into us, rookie. A 5-minute blank, isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'll flee the scene. Hey, don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you had the instinct of a killer. You would run, but this time was different. Miss Kidd dawdled at the scene of the crime, and she had even taken a picture. No true criminal would act this way. It is inconceivable. Yeah. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The victim has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Ashworth, is the next witness ready to go? Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it. We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the Alpha Queen has been dethroned. And with that, the court is adjourned. Hold on. Mr. Ashford, you ordered the squid wheels, right? That's the one she tried to force off on me. I prefer not to take the defense's things left over. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What's that? Is this another one of her trick lunch boxes? Alright, this is like a good place to leave it. Bye bye and God bless.